Hello everyone and welcome. We are here, we are live, we are ready to go, and we are once again in Kerbal Space Program after a little bit of a hiatus. I took a week off to do a bit of a vacation, but we're back now and we are starting off, well, once again on Moon Station. This is my space station in orbit about the moon. Aboard we have Lemmet, DeBorn, Fuzzy One, and Cabot, and they have been doing a whole stack of moon landings using this little lander over here, collecting me all kinds of science. There is fuel aboard, but there's lots of liquid fuel because of a contract, but there is a declining amount of oxidizer, so I can probably only squeeze out maybe a couple more landings out of this thing, and then and that's going to be it. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to get a landing. I did bring up a little bit of a care package right here. Yes, we have a whole stack of solar panels. I also brought up, they must be in here. Yes, those are solar panels. This guy. This is the Grand Slam Seismic Accelerometer or Seismology or whatever it is. It's a deployable one that we're going to need to send a scientist and an engineer down to the surface to deploy. And I believe it also requires you to create an impactor. But we have a couple of vessels here we can use as impactors after they've made their deliveries. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. But before we get into all that, a couple of things. I do want to draw attention as well to the contracts. I have no contracts around the moon right now, so I'm going to be shifting focus after all of this to Minmus, because I got to plant a flag on Minmus. I got collect science data from Minmus. Done very little around Minmus. Build an orbital station around Minmus. Don't be surprised if it isn't too dissimilar to this. And I got put some mystery goo, the deployable mystery goo, on the surface. So we'll also do some surface deployment. Not likely all of that's going to happen today because none of that infrastructure is in orbit about Minmus like it is here about the moon. I also have this Explore Eve contract to go into Eve's atmosphere. I'm keeping that one on reserve for now. We'll get there at some point. I've already done a flyby of Eve, but dipping into the atmosphere for that contract would be a little bit of fun too. So let's get rid of our contracts. One thing I always like to do too is recognize my YouTube members and Patreon patrons that directly support this channel. In particular, I like to call out at the beginning of these streams any new ones that may have joined in the interim since the last stream. So I would like to welcome aboard Thomas DiNapoli and Joshua Taylor, who have recently joined as YouTube members. So thank you very much, Joshua and Thomas. And of course, extra special thank you to everybody who supports this channel directly, including all the people that are down there in the chat and all the people that are, liking and subscribing and doing all of those good things. Okay. Hello, everybody. I got Raul and Dennis. I'm going to go with Old Scent and Fulia. Welcome. Okay. What I also am toying with, because this lab requires more solar generation, so that's why I brought up a whole stack of solar panels, and we're going to install them along here. But I'm also toying with reconfiguring this station. I don't like it all in a line. I would love it to make, if I aim my camera there, I would love it to make a bend here so that there's an L bend right here. I just think it would look better. I don't know. I just want to do that, and I love playing around with construction, and I actually tried that last stream, but it involved, because if you look here, these are all 1.25 meter docking ports, the regular Clampetrons, but these are 0.625 meter docking ports, the Clampetron Juniors, because when I built this segment, I hadn't unlocked the Clampetrons yet, and when I tried to remove this Clampetron Junior and replace it with a regular Clampetron, I discovered that that is the root part of this part of the station, and I couldn't remove it through EVA construction. But then I realized after the stream, I have another option. What I could do is take this apart, get an engineer out, move this Clampetron, regular Clampetron, the 1.2 meter Clampetron, and stick it right here So not replace this one, but replace this one. I'm hoping it'll work. We'll find out pretty soon. And so this will be a 1.25 meter docking port. And then rotate this whole bit 90 degrees so that this docking port can dock there. And then what I can do is, if you notice here, there's a docking port here on one of my impactors I can steal. And there's a docking port here on one of my impactors I can steal, because they're not going to need a docking port when they're crashing into the surface of the moon. So I think I'm going to start with that. That's going to be that. So we got a lot of things kind of that I've been talking about, but I'm thinking that might be a good place to get us started. And then I can get my engineers starting to work on this lab too, once we get the solar panels installed. So this is going to start, or not engineers, scientists. But I right now have an engineer. And this engineer is going to go down here. And their job is going to remove... Let's get up here. Here we go. These struts that are joining the two segments. So we're just going to go into construction mode here. And I can, yeah, let's just, yeah, take them and I can put them into the storage that's here on the side. And over here. And there should be one on the other side too. And that'll allow me to take this apart. Then we'll put the engineer back inside. I'm someone who just loves EVA construction. Like, I think it's actually one of the funnest things to do in this game. Apologies to all the console players, because I'm pretty sure it's an option that's not available to them. Okay, and then we're going to board. Removing stubborn docking ports is a practical application for the Starshot. Okay, how long did it take you to build this? I don't know. It was built over several streams. Fallout 4 asks, how long did it take me to build this station? I lose track of it because I have fun doing it, so that's why I don't mind. Because it came up in several modules. Like, this is a module here, and then this fuel module was another module, and then this whole lab module. So there's 3 modules here, and they came up on separate streams for sure. All right, we are going to undock. There we go. And actually, I'm going to go out of EVA mode and go into orbital mode. And do I have any attitude control? I do not. I have to enable these reaction wheels, toggle that torque, so this isn't rotating anymore. Okay, and we also do have some RCS. I don't know what I'm controlling by. Let's control from here. And just... I don't want it to drift too far away. Okay, so what we need to do is actually get a little closer. I'm going to change my mind on what my control point is. Control from here and set that as a target. That's better. That way. I just want to bring it closer so the engineer can rip off that one docking port. We're going to try and bring this into a pretty close to a relative stop without docking. I don't want to dock. I think that's pretty good. All right, back to this one. Oh, our engineer's aboard this piece. Okay, good, good, good. Here we are. And we're going to go down here, and we're going to hopefully, this is the one thing I'm not 100% sure of. Can I remove this? If I can't, then this whole process is going to be scuttled right away. So we're going to take that. We're going to grab that. And it is removable. Hoorah. And we also want to remove this piece. Stick that into storage. And we're going to steal, I don't know, this docking port. And same thing, there is a snap. You press C to put snap on, or just click down here, right there. Snap is on. You can hold the Alt key to snap. And it should go right there. Perfect, perfect. Laserfy that for me. Do it, do it. Nicely done. Okay. You're going back up into here. And then we're going to rotate and attach from that other docking port. And then we'll attach the solar panels. Get back inside. I don't want you floating around out here while all this is going on. Board. Board. Oh no. I think he bored. He did bore. I have a ghost Kerbal. I have a ghost Kerbal. Oh boy. Rotate back. That's a ghost Kerbal. Our engineer Fuzzy One is aboard. I've had that happen before. I don't know. Only once have I ever had that happen before. So I'm not quite sure what causes that. Set that as a target. Okay. But we're just going... Oh my god. Oh, this on. Oh, this is still here. Oh my gosh. That's very weird. Okay, we had a bit of a bug there. Okay. We need to stop this rotating. Oh, SAS on. Why are you still rotating like this? I think there's something... I think I've lost SAS control. Yes, I have no SAS. Oh, wait, yes I do. No, but it doesn't... Oh, what is going on? I have limited control, and I think that's connected to the ghost Kerbal. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly... Oh, dear. I can't go back to the Space Center. Cancel. I have a Kerbal on a ladder, but I don't. Oh, why, game? Kraken's having fun with me today. Okay, that again, this Kerbal is a ghost Kerbal. You can see what's... Oh, dear. You can see how it's white here, like... I remember what I did last time this happened to me. It happened while I was re-entering a space plane and I had ghost Kerbals on the outside of the space plane. I'm gonna have to try and do this the best I can anyway. I had ghost Kerbals. Okay, I seem to have better control now. I think. Okay, I want to rotate you. Can you roll for me? Actually, you're pretty good. There's no good way to do this, is there? No. Okay, gonna go very quickly to this. What is that? It's 225, so this should be... Ah! Oh my gosh. It's hard to demonstrate kind of just how messed up things are right now with the controls. Controls are completely deborkified. Oh my gosh. Okay. Like what should do something doesn't do it, and it doesn't seem to lock to a vector very well. I'm just gonna have to RCS back on. Aim here. I also clearly don't have attitude control disabled for those. Oh, wait, that's feeling a little better right there. Okay. Of course, I could be just getting messed up because this is such a messy thing. Okay, I'm just trying to line this up so it looks kind of good. I think right now that's pretty good. I do feel like I got some control happening again. I don't know what's going to happen if I try to EVA Fuzzy One right here. And sorry, I can't look at the chat right now. Right now I'm concentrating. Once I had this on. Come on, come on, come on. There. Okay. Okay, okay. Let's turn off the torque on that. And I still have this ghost Kerbal here. The ghost Kerbal is from you being in construction mode when boarding. Oh! Oh! That's what causes it. That could have yeah. Anyway, mission accomplished. Can I EVA Fuzzy One? No, it says the hatches are obstructed. Of course it does. So... I'm going to have to transfer. So it's a bug associated with EVAing, or sorry, boarding when you're still in construction mode. Okay. Yep. All right. What we wants to do is we just want to strut this up a little bit. So we're going to go back into construction mode. I'll make sure to turn that off next time, and we're going to just do again some struts here and up here. I always like to strut over these docking ports. Ooh, why is the camera so... There, orbital. Be orbital. That doesn't feel very good. I'm gonna move that one. I should find... keep thinking I should get a ladder piece up here. Did I actually bring one? I don't see one. Okay, whatever. Let's just keep going with what we're doing. Hello, Ghost. Hello, Ghost. So I have to remember that. Don't board when in construction mode. And then one more over here. There we go. And then finally, let's get you out of there. I do want to... I got those solar panels to install. So, let's see. They are over... Oh, they're in this thing. There they are. So right now, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not going to be their final home, obviously. But I just wanted them there. We'll hang on over here. Okay. And we'll try and put these on as best we can. So snap on. You know, the C... Oh, no, the seesaw cut just worked. So one here. One here. One here. They look relatively equal spaced, and then 3 on the bottom. And we shall extend those in just a moment. Oh, you're worried I can't save it because the ghost... Yeah, because... we'll see what happens. Yeah, last time this happened to me, I burned them off on re-entry with a space plane. And finally, I also want to get rid of these RCS blocks that aren't doing anything for me. But you make a very good point. Okay, can you board? Oh, wait. This out. Board. Oh, he's on the wrong side. I was looking at that wrong... I was looking at my ghost that whole time. I wonder if I can push him. Can I interact with him? I was looking at my ghost Kerbal that whole time going, oh, wait, you're not my... And then I was like, why aren't you moving up the ladder? Why aren't you board? Oh, you're on the wrong side. Can I just, like, shove off, you jerk? No, he's on there good. Oh, hang on. Like, maybe if I can get rid of him. Of course, I could be just... Whoa, I could be just asking for trouble just doing this entirely. I do want to do a landing next, so maybe once I'm outside of render range, maybe he'll go away. let's let go. Just trying to knock him off. I don't know if he's ever gonna let go. Maybe if I can just knock him off, everything will be good. Oh, he's not far. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is he loose? He looks kind of loose. Fuzzy One is fighting with his ghost. Ugh. Oh, I think I just pushed him back on somehow. Okay. Up. Down. He doesn't feel like he's hanging on by much. I don't know why this little window's on here. All the buttons I was pushing. Okay, one last try to knock him off. But I actually think he's kind of back on there good again. Alright, I'm going to have to give up. Board here. Transfer. Transfer crew. Come on, where's the transfer? Transfer crew. Fuzzy One, back to here. Okay. All right, well, let's deploy the solar panels, and we'll try and see if we can get this. Extend that. Extend that. Extend that. Whew. A demon Kerbal, yeah. I have switched to him already. Like, I can switch to him. Just somebody was asking switch to him, and this is what I get, right? So you can see that there's just placeholders in here for the name and their role. No image. I can't control them, because that would be great if I could just let go and control them, but I cannot. So, okay. What I want to do is control this from here and try and orient this. Put it in orbit. And try and orient this for solar panel purposes really nicely. Control from here. Actually, what might work best is to actually control from one of these guys. Put it in the south line, right on the 180, on the south circle. And then just orient it so that we are perfectly vertical. Actually, I think I'm getting some good exposure right now on those solar panels. That looks pretty good. About there-ish. And then roll it. Get some nice exposure on them. I like it. Okay. That should be good. Alright, let's see now. We can now start our research. They should have. They are now researching. Do I have both scientists in here? No, I only have one. Where's my other scientist? Lemmet. Lemmet. Where are you, Lemmet? I have no idea where Lemmet is. Oh my god. Warren's in here. Lemmet, there you are. He's in there. Transfer crew. Alright, there. I got my 2 scientists in there. They are now researching. And they are producing 1.32 science per day with hardly any data in there so far. Oh, well, welcome aboard, Ray Gaming TV. Thank you very much for becoming a General Rocketeer. Are you using Restock? I don't remember seeing that white capsule before. I am not using Restock. All these parts are stock parts. This is from the Breaking Ground DLC. Not the Breaking Ground, I'm sorry. The Making History DLC. That's where this 2 crewed cabin comes from. But no, I'm not using Restock. Okay. I think what I should do is get ready to do another landing. That's what I should be doing right now. So those guys are doing research. Let's look at our map. Oh, actually, what I can do is bring up X Science. EVA moon. Yeah, for some reason, sometimes it just takes a bit for this to load. I don't know why, but I got to figure out a biome that I've not landed in yet. We're still kind of going along right along the Terminator. Here, aren't these like the twin craters? Have I landed there? I don't think I have. Let's put up the flags. I put a flag everywhere I landed. I do not think I've landed in these craters here yet. So that looks to me like a good target right now. Just to come in, land in there. It's clearly, I think, no, it's not. No, it's not the twin crater. It's something, but doesn't matter. I've not landed there because I don't see a flag there. So we're going to land here. There we go. So I'm going to open this one up. Close this one. Which way around are we going? We're coming around this way. Yeah, let's detach right now. So I just want to make sure I need an engineer. So that's going to be Fuzzy One in the lander. And I need one of my scientists. I don't know who has gone. Planted a flag on the moon. Probably both have planted. Oh, Cabot's not. Oh, okay, Cabot has yet to plant a flag on the moon, so Cabot's going. And I'm just going to look here, make sure this is all fueled up. It certainly looks like it is. Here, I can do it this way. This might be the smarter plan. There we go, and you can just see all those fuel cans. They are all full. Good, good, good. And I do have the deployable science stuffy. I do. Okay, so let's just undock and go. Yeah. And I'm hoping when I return, Ghost Kerbal won't be there. Because yes, I do think I have a problem. If Ghost Kerbal is still there. Because if I go here, you can see I can't go to the Space Center. I can't leave this scene. So I don't know what I'm going to do if that's the case. Yeah, I'm being told Fallout 4 Fact says I feel like most people only do missions to the moon and Mimis, and then after a while they do like Duna. I spend a lot of time just flapping about with the moon and Mimis, to be quite frank. Activate that engine. Maybe more. Some people might think more than I should. Toggle that torque and RCS off. There, and retrograde. Because they're right there. I'll go interplanetary now and again. And I've done a few of the moon landing type things, but can't say I've done a lot. Or not moon, like Duna. Alright. Let's figure out what we're doing here. We are trying to land here-ish. I'm going to come a little closer. Oh, I can't time warp. Oh, because I got a Kerbal on a ladder. It won't let me time warp. Okay. See that? Because of my ghost Kerbal. Well, I'm really hoping once I'm outside the render distance that might solve itself. People might want to place their bets. Oh my gosh. It's really painful not being able to time warp. Well, we'll just have to see what happens here as we slowly make our way away from the station. Maybe I should start my descent burn right now, and that'll get me moving away from the station a little quicker. That's as much as I dare for now. Okay, put that on surface. Deploy that landing gear. Put this on free. Free, that's the one. Because I like to have the ground below me. Put that on surface. And oh, I'm time warping. So are we outside the render distance? Is that what happened there? It must be what happened there. Okay, so I can time warp again. That's good. I don't see where... Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think it just fell out of the... Oh, but I still see Fuzzy Wan as an icon there. So I think that... Can I leave from here? Oh, I can go to the Space Center from here, so there's something. Not that I'm going to right yet, but this at least gives me the opportunity to... get this thing down. Okay, let's and to return to the Space Center. Oh, what I'm gonna... Oh, yeah, maybe if when I restart the game, maybe the glitched Kerbal will disappear. That's the other possibility, or it's there permanently. Like I said, when I had this happen to me before, they happened to have been hanging to the outside of a space plane, and I just kind of burned them off. It's certain old scent asks, is it possible to land on Dooney doing a single rocket? And the answer is absolutely you can. You certainly can. I'm sure I have a tutorial somewhere on that topic. Okay, so we're coming over the highlands. So what's this crater here? The Farside crater. That is what we're going for. You can delete the ghost from the tracking station. That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. In fact, what I might do, now that you mentioned that, Michael, is do exactly that once I have these folks safely on the ground. To go to the Space Center, go to the tracking station, see if I can delete the ghost. Alright, I am just looking for a relatively flat chunk of land, but I think that's looking pretty good. Just kind of up here. That's what I'm thinking. So let's start firing that engine a little bit. Maybe come a little this way. Is this on full? Yes, it is. More throttle. I'd like to come down, please. Oh, there's my landing dot coming up right there. That's provided by Kerbal Engineer. Probably should give myself a little bit, rest my vertical descent a little bit more. Don't have the lock to retrograde feature. Because I don't have a pilot aboard and the probe is inadequate for it. So I'm just gonna, right like that, straight down into all that rubble we see down there. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, just live with that fact that you're coming in that way. That way is better. The rubble I do have, that's all from the... sorry, I gotta concentrate. Oh, I'm going up and down and right in there. Okay, so all of this rubble's coming from the Parallax mod, which and the collisions, as you can see, is not turned on. So I've sort of ruined some sense of illusion there a little bit, but oh well. Okay, so what we're gonna do, turn off SAS. Oh yeah, before I do anything, they are safely on the surface. Yes, let's go back to the Space Center, see if we can delete our ghost. Do some ghost busting. Who you gonna call? Because I got a feeling once I get back there, that ghost will still be there. So we're gonna go into here. And we're gonna just look at Kerbals. Where are the Kerbals? There's 0 Kerbals. I have 0 EVA Kerbals. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe he is... Okay, let's visit our moon station. But no, I don't have any EVA Kerbals right now. So maybe he has been deleted. Let's just go to our moon station and just check to see if he's still there. But maybe once you're outside of a certain distance, he vanished. I do not believe I have my... Okay, ghost is gone. I think he was on this one. Yeah, no more ghost. Okay, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Okay, let's get down to the surface and deal with our lander. Lander. Right there. Switch to you. Okay. Let's get this mission done. Okay, so we got some good solar panel exposure, please. For once lately I've been, yeah, we're fine. I've been not transmitting but I do want to transmit all this stuff. Okay, temperature scan, transmit. Barometric pressure transmit. Mystery goop transmit. Seismic scan. That one takes a bit to transmit. Do the material study in the meantime. Transmit that. We'll use our sign to, yeah, I know that wrecks it. That doesn't matter. Okay, and then we'll collect this stuff again. So that's a temperature scan, a barometric pressure scan, and the seismic scan. And we'll EVA our scientist. And, okay, hide that bullseye that's getting on my nerves. Collect all this. Oh, I was about to say he could stand on the rock there, but he can't, of course, because that rock's not really there. Okay, take. We can restore that. Do it again. Take that, and then restore it again. And same with this. Oh, I think I didn't transmit that. Okay, let's just want you to stand up there. There we go. Beautiful. Why are things moving? Store that data. Okay, back to the ship. I need to do another crew report. And I need to do another one of these. And transmit that one. Now we can go back to our scientist. Take data, store data. I actually would love to be able to do all three different things with this stuff. We'll see if I can. This will all work, but I want to now take that one. Oh, I transmit. That's right. Restore it. I think I've already done this once. Okay. But, sorry, let's get away from these rocks. Okay, we can do an EVA report. We can do a surface sample. What I'm trying to say is there's three different things you can do with the science. You can transmit, you can keep it, and you can, when you get it to a science lab, take it to the science lab. So I do want to have a bunch of stuff that I can take to the science lab. So I kind of want to do all three things. I'm hoping it'll work. We'll see. We're going to just get aboard. Yeah, okay, he had multiple copies of that. So review what's there. We want to transmit that EVA report. We're going to keep that crew report, even though it's nothing, but that'll feed our, we'll keep that, we'll keep that, we'll keep that, we'll keep that, we'll keep, what's this one? Surface sample, transmit that. And then we're also going to do another of these, and we're just going to leave them in the experiments. So it won't let me store another copy. I'm hoping this will all work. Conduct material study. And observe the mystery goo. Okay. And then finally, we do have to do... Actually, I can do it just from here. Take another surface sample and take another EVA report. Board, and then we'll get Fuzzy One out there, plant a flag, and then we'll get ourselves out of here. Oh wait, we still got to do, shoot, we still got to do the deployable stuff. Oh, his SAS is off. That's why I lost control there for a bit. Okay, we'll plant the flag. So this is the Kertrepid, who has done multiple landings. So this is landing something that I am not aware of. And it is Fuzzy One and Cabot. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, we still got stuff to do. Let's get our scientist out too. Actually, he can get started. He can. What are those? That's the actual experiment. I want a scientist to do that one, but he can get this. Okay, so that's a solar panel. He is sort of stuck in there. Get out of there. Let's get a little bit away from all of this stuff. And we can deploy the solar panel. Just hit space, right? Yep, space. Okay. There it goes. Starting to animate. And there is the control unit, which you always need. See, that's the window I should keep open. Okay, plant. And that should deploy. There it goes. Okay. If it doesn't deploy, that means you didn't do it right. And then we need our scientists to do... Oh. There we go. We need Cabot for... back. So this was my engineer here. Now I'm on my scientist. I hope I have that right because it does make a difference. We can probably put our experiment over here. So that is the Grand Slam. What's it called? The Grand Slam Passive Seismometer. All right. So back to our engineer. There he is. We are going to interact with this to turn it on. I really don't know if this interaction is... And it is powered, right? It should tell me somewhere. Yeah, I think so. And I'm not sure if I have to interact with the solar panel or not, but I don't think it hurts to. Come on, turn around. There we go. It says it's not producing any units, but I think it's working. And let's get our scientists. That one who will interact with the Grand Slam. And where's that little F? There we go. So this is the Grand Slam. It says... Yeah, module enabled true, deployed true, status connected. I think it's all good. I think we're all set up. Okay, this thing though won't generate any science until you create an impactor. That's how that one works. So now these guys have done everything they can on the surface. It's time to get them away. Away with you. Oh yeah, they don't have their RCS packs. Because I had to give them... They're inside here because they can't do all that. There we go. Now I can do that. Oh my gosh. Board. Then we'll find Fuzzy One. He's got to walk back too. No, I don't think the shadow from these rocks affect the solar panels. I think everything is working. I do believe everything is working. I certainly hope so anyway. Up and away. All right, board. Okay, let's see here. So we've got to go back to our station, and we're going to take off sooner rather than later. So we're setting that as a target because the longer we wait, the more we drift that way, and then we end up outside of its plane. The station's going around this way, so we got to launch towards the north. So let's just do it. So SAS on, throttle up, and go northwards. Pitching over. That's it. And we'll just watch our apoapsis here. We don't need this anymore. Don't need landing gear anymore. We'll find out when we do an impactor whether they're set up right or not. Go up to about 15 kilometers because that's the orbit of the station. And how much science am I at now? 117. Okay, I do have kind of a plan. I do have kind of a plan for that science. We'll get to that very shortly, because once we get these folks back to the station and set up our lab, I think I'm going to be done with them for a little bit. Overcooked it a smidge, but that's okay. So looking here, our orbits cross here at the AN and at the DN. So those are the best places to try and facilitate a rendezvous. I'm just seeing where it's close. You can see our two encounter indicators are very far apart. At the DN, I think they're a little better there. So then what we'll do, I'll give just maybe 20 meters per second here. This is a thing. And then we'll pop ahead orbits. Add a maneuver there. And 1, 2, 3, 4-ish. About 4 orbits. They're very close to each other. Back to here. Right? Aren't they close? Oh yeah, there's the other one. I don't know why I wasn't seeing it. So we'll adjust this a little bit here. Separation is 18 kilometers. We can get it closer than that, of course. .1 kilometers. Okay, so what we got here is a 20.8 meter per second burn, which will get us a close encounter in 4 hours and 21 minutes after doing a few orbits. So let's just get that out of the way right now. Get these folks back to the station. Not anymore. I'm hoping that the drama of the ghost Kerbal is now behind us. We'll soon find out. Yeah, it's not so bad. Okay, probably come to, let's move this to here. Wait a minute. My encounter's in 3 hours and 51 minutes. This is in, that makes sense. Okay, just time warp to that. Any plans for KOS in this series? Good question, because I do love KOS, but I kind of made the decision in this series to kind of keep the gameplay as stock-like as possible, just with some augmentations. So all the parts are stock. The only thing is, what am I doing? I forgot what I'm doing. The only thing is, you know, I've added in like things like Kerbal Engineer and some other things. I'm just going to try and bring this encounter a little closer, if I can. Oops. 1 kilometer, it's good. In fact, I can just do this with RCS. It's like, just do this. So no, I guess the short answer is no plans for KOS in this series. But that doesn't mean I'm against the idea of using KOS in some future series. I'm certainly, you know, it's gonna be a long, long time before I'm done with KSP. So maybe at some point we'll put the series and start doing some KOS. I had a previous series where I did a lot of KOSing. Let's put this on the rendezvous so I can see how close we are. We're not very close yet. A little bit of a correction here just to bring down that. Oh, I made a mistake. Yes, I did. That was an error. I wasn't talking. I raised my orbit too high fiddling about here. And this close encounter distance got too big. Nothing we can't correct for. And we'll get ourselves a little closer here. And now when you're close, you can just push that retrograde right towards. That should do it. Do you have any opinion on the failed launch of KSP2? My only opinion is, like, it sucks. There's no doubt about it. Corporate greed won on that one, and it happens sometime. I always have the greatest sympathy for the developers because I know they're pouring their hearts and soul into these things, but decisions were made that they weren't a part of. And these things happen. It's why you always have to sort of do your best to temper your enthusiasm for a product that you see coming, because every once in a while that, you know, they decide that, you know, decisions are made that don't facilitate the release of the game. I think the game did. I'm very excited about Kitten's Space Agency because they seem to be really determined. Let's slow down here. To build it from the ground up, while for KSP2 they were much more interested in getting the look of it first. And I'll admit, I mean, it looked great. There's no question about that, but you know, I can dock right here. Look at that docking port just staring at me. Shoot. In camera. You. Okay, slow down. Control from here. A little bit out of control, but nothing we can't deal with. Let's do a quick look at this docking port. Which one are we aiming for again? Losing track. Right here. If I control from here, we are... Oh dear, oh dear. Come back, come back. Slow down. Just trying to line up docking ports. It's got to come this way. Oh boy. This is why I can't talk and do this stuff at the same time. I get myself into so much trouble. Oh, it's this docking port. Oh my gosh. That one. It's coming for the top. What a schmoz. Alright, it's more generally going in the right direction. Still don't think my alignment's very good, but it might just have to do. Oh, looks okay. All right, we are back. So we are going to now, again, Ghost Kerbal's gone, right? I'm the most paranoid about that. Why did I? Oh, yes, I have to EVA you because I'm going to take all of this science. And we're going to store it nice and safely down into here. Because a lot of that has to go back. And then we're going to put you into your science lab so you can get back to working with our other scientists. Board. And then what we're going to do is take a look at this extra science that I took. So for instance, this science, I have a copy of it in here, so I should be able to take this science, review the data, and transmit that into science data for the lab. Okay, and I also should be able to do that with this one. Review data, lab data. And there's more science equipment. Here's a sec. Let's just aim the camera so I can see this better. This one, review data, into the lab, review data, into the lab, view data, into the lab, and then over here, we've got data that we have here, and that's it. This one I'm just going to keep. Like, I want this to go back to Kerbal land. I'm just going to take a quick look. Surface sample. I thought I transmitted some of this stuff. Oh, well. Oh, some of it's from old. Some of it's, yeah, some of this is from the lowlands. Sorry. There's from the Farside Basin. Still, I thought I transmitted that. Oh, well. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll just hang on to all this stuff. Hang on to that. Crew report. No data here, or no science here, so we'll transmit that. Seismic scan, I just... Not transmit, I'm sorry. Convert that to the lab. That's the lab. Oh, there are... I am so confused. This one. Okay. Oh dear, oh dear, dear. Okay, anyway, it's all good. I still got another Kerbal in here. Transfer him back to here. We also can, with the lab, clean our experiments. So what that will do is reset these guys after a little bit. And I can also level up the crew if there's any leveling they can do. They've earned experience, but nobody leveled. Okay. Don't have to go back once you have the lab. Okay, I think this is all now just going to run away. It's going to produce 3.3 science per day. There's more I could do here with data, but I think what I'm going to do... No, I'm going to fill this tank up, because I know if I don't do that now, I'll forget. So we'll fill this up. Boom, boom, boom. Out, out. I think I got enough fuel to fill it up again. Time warp a little bit. Ooh, this might be the last fill up I can do now that I'm looking at this. I don't think I have more oxidized. And we'll do an impactor. That's the other thing I want to do. I do have some monoprop cans I want to fill up. I just want this lander ready to go for next time. So that, because who knows when next time is going to be, and I don't want to end up forgetting to do it. Drop the impactors. Yep, that's coming up. That is coming up right after I prepare that lander. Okay, that is good, that is good, that is good, that is good. Let's use this guy for our first impactor. So there's a little bit of fuel in it. I'm a little nervous that's not enough. So let's take from here just a little bit out. Okay. And I also want to steal that docking port too. So let's see where we are. Now, I'm always confused, and it doesn't take much to confuse me. Is this the ground stuff? Yes. So this is where it is right here. Yep. Wow, we rotated that far? I guess we did. Okay, so let's time warp a little bit till we're close, because I think the closer you are, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it work that way? The closer you are to the actual measuring device. Sorry, that's making me dizzy. The better it works. I hope I'm not wrong on that. We'll see. There is a VR mode for KSP, is there? I know there's that. That doesn't surprise me that somebody's modded that in. There certainly are mods that allow you to control pretty much everything from the cockpit. So the fact that somebody took that and put a VR component to it. Okay, I'm going to go for this. That's not surprising. All right, so first off, I do want this docking port. So we're going to undock this. Switch to it. We're going to activate reaction wheels. I think. Yeah, there should be reaction wheels in here somewhere. Of course, what did I do? I buried them. Because that's what I do. Oh, there's the probe body. That'll have reaction wheels in it. Toggle the torque. KK. And we'll get our engineer. Fuzzy One. We've been putting some good work to Fuzzy One. And we're stealing that docket port to just cover up this awful hole. See that awful hole right there? Just gonna stick it there for now. Grab that ladder. It's always easier to do it when you have a ladder to hang on to. Okay, snap on. And hopefully I can get this to stick on here and look nice. There you go. That's all it is. Okay, close that. Get you aboard. There. I'm very happy with how this station turned out. That looks great. Okay, now we got our impactor here. So activate this engine. 261 meters per second, which is more than enough. Make sure the solar panels don't end up kaputting on me. There we go. That's good. Where's the sun? That way. All right, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? The closer the impact, the more science you get. It's opposite in real life. I know that's I think what always confuses me. In real life, you want to be on the opposite side for the impactor so that the seismic waves will travel through the entire, the body. You're basically ringing it and then ringing it like a bell, and then the detection on this side gives you information on the structure inside that the sound waves pass through. But KSP wants you to do something else. So I'm going to do something else. That's fine. Be that way. All right. I got a little bit of retrograde here. And we'll just punch it. Probably should have done maybe one more orbit, but oh, well, I'm going a little too far. I just saw that. That's better. Okay. Now, does the speed of the impact matter? I would think the harder the impact, the better. And we have a second impactor we can use as well. We'll do that one too. If you put a relay on a rover and and spit it on the side facing Kerbal, since the moon is tidally locked, you don't have to worry about losing connections in that area. I'm not 100% sure I'm following on that one. You put it on the Kerbal side? Well, like, yeah, the rover won't lose connection on the Kerbal side, but then what about stuff that's on the far side? The whole point of a relay, like, if you have something on the Kerbal side, you don't need a relay at all. The whole point of a relay, like maybe I'm misunderstanding something, which happens a lot. But the whole point of a relay is, where's Kerbal? Kerbal's over there, is to take a relay here and relay a signal to the far side. If you're on the near side, you don't need a relay at all. You can do fine just with the Communitron. Again, I think that's where our impactor there is. So what I'm going to do... Got 280. Let's just do this. See, I'm not sure that's the smartest thing now that I'm thinking about it. Where's our impact going to be? Right there. Let's do that. Just want to get the impact as close as I can. Let's put some downwards on this. Only got 56 meters per second left on this. Try and increase the... There. Try and increase the vertical component of this impact. Alright, we're out of control now. That's it, we're done. Let's see what happens. So we should get some sort of message up here about the science we've collected from this impact. I can't time warp any faster. More speed, the more science. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was... I mean, it makes sense. I'm just not sure if it was modeled or not. You can see our impact marker over here. So that's where we're going to hit. I was just realizing I don't want to kill off too much of my orbital velocity. Because... So we got like 420, 430. And boom. There we go. So... We got some data received. I don't know how much science that turned into. No idea. I think it turned into some science. Oh, that doesn't work. That's what I wanted. Moon. Passive. Nope, it's not there. Seismic. I'm not sure. Seismic something something. No, that's... I don't know. I don't know what if I can see it there. Okay, anyway. Back to the station. We'll drop another one. Oh, won't it let me go to the station now? I gotta go to the space? Okay, fine. It was 0.086 science points. Now, that doesn't mean 0.086 science, surely. Surely that's not all you get. I know what I'm going to look at. I know what I'm going to look at. I was having trouble finding it with X science, but I can find it in the archive here. How much science was that actually? So we go to the moon, look at our experiments. Surface deployed seismic thingy-dingy. 0.54 science? Say what? Say what? Oh my gosh. What do you gotta do? Like drop a space station on it? Alright. Alright, well, let's drop the other one. It's bigger. Or maybe it gets transmitted over time. Like maybe it's stored in the unit and then gets transmitted. I don't know. We'll drop the other one. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Salam is saying that he doesn't think X Science will show the Grand Slam. So that's why I went to the archive. Bigger gives more. Okay, well, we do have bigger. We have bigger in this guy. He's got a little bit of fuel aboard. Let's do the same thing. We're on the... I will do it with the same orbit. I think I can safely... There. Yeah, we'll just come around and do it again. Yeah, we'll be closer to the next orbit. Okay, let's try this. So, undock. Back to here. I don't think I need to steal anything from this. Oh, I have no RCS aboard. I took out all the monoprop, did I? I did. Okay, that's fine. Puff, get away from the station. You dropped an asteroid on the moon. Oh my gosh. No, I can't. Oh, someone's saying you can save and crash the station and see what happens. And it's actually no. One of the byproducts of playing on hard mode is that I cannot save. That's why I called it a hardcore mode. Like, I don't have the ability to save. I don't have the ability to revert or anything like that. I'm going to this time... Oops. Again, I overcooked it just a bit. I'm just going to... Fine. I'm just going to let this thing go. Not kill... Or not... kill any of my orbital velocity, or as much as I did last time. I think that might have been a better plan. So I'm going to try and get this one to hit harder. See how she does. Oh, there's screen... Okay, here are the screen messages showing me what's what. What do they say? Screen message, 2.58 science, sensor readings affected the impact. 1 point, so the distance is, oh, it didn't like, wanted me closer, I guess. Okay. And then 1.94 science back to Kerbal. 0.86 science back to Kerbal. I think that's actually, it broke apart maybe and debris fell. I don't know. I got multiple impacts. Try getting closer. Yeah, I'm still not as close as I probably could be. Let's actually see if I can... I got a little bit of DV left. Like, maybe that's the thing. They want you to do, like, a bullseye. Let me think. Which is, this... right-hand rule. Counter... Anti-normal. Anti-normal. That's normal. Anti-normal's this way. Otherwise known as west. Let's see if we can pull it a little this way. Come really close to it. And a little bit of retrograde too, like about here. I'm out of fuel. So that's as close as I'm going to get right there. We're going to be pretty close. All right, let's see. I didn't think sort of the accuracy of the impact was as big a factor as I think it is. Oh, can't time warp anymore. So we should be landing pretty darn close to it. And this is a bigger one, so we got a bigger impactor. We're going to be definitely a lot closer. And we'll see what difference it makes. Yeah, we're a little off to the side here. Let's see how this does. Here we go. We're going to end up in this crater. We are. I don't think we're coming out of this crater. Right into the wall on the other side. Oh, we did come out of the crater. Oh my gosh. Just skimming along the surface. We've already gone past it. Get down, get down. There we go. 2.2. It hardly seems worth it though, does it? Now I do have another piece here. There's a piece left behind. So that distance attenuation's 100%. So I guess I got the 100 sensor reading affected by impact energy 7%. So obviously they kind of want you to smash things really big into it. 2.24 science. Okay, I do have this guy. Where is it going? Oh my gosh, it's taking a happy bounce, and there's another piece that's bounced here too. It's because our impact was so shallow, but these ones won't. Obviously, we're going to be pretty far by the time we hit. That's something just hit there. Oh, it didn't count it. It didn't count it, probably because it wasn't the active vessel. Like, it probably wasn't rendered. Oh. You gotta get really high velocity too, which I'm not doing. I mean, obviously you could bring, you know, come in at a much higher velocity than what I'm doing. Okay, can't time warp again. Are we coming out of this crater, or are we smashing into the wall here? I thought we were gonna smash. No, we're coming out. Oh, there's the dot. Boom. Oh, look, several impacts there, but I don't... Oh! I got nothing. I got nothing. I don't like this game. Let's get back to the Space Center. That impact was like nothing. Get an asteroid. That's a lot of effort for not a huge amount of science, I think, to have to crash an asteroid into the moon. Like if we go here, go into the archive, look at the moon. Where is it? This one. I've got I got a teeny tiny fraction, so they clearly do want you to really smack the moon. Okay, this is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking of maybe closing the stream on this. I know I have all these contracts for Minmus, but what I'm looking at the time of the stream, and what I'd love to do, I've been saying this on and off in different streams. I kind of do want to build a cheapo sort of space plane. And one of the things that was stopping me was I really haven't gone very far up this aviation one, and the wing parts I have are crap. But this gives you much better, some better wing parts. And what I'm thinking about is building really just a rocket plane. Like, it's not going to be an air-breathing space plane. It'll be just a rocket plane that'll probably just take off vertically, but be able to land on the runway. That's what I'm thinking. And be 100% reusable. So that's what I'm going to do with my science. That's what we're going to try and see if I can build. I don't have a huge plan involved in this. But for the rest of this stream, let's see if we can get something that can work for me. Now, there is an element of risk to this because I can't quick save. I do have a simulator, so I can simulate this and do a practice landing before doing it for real. But if I mess up the landing and they die, life is just too bad. So, I wanted to carry at least 4 Kerbals. The only real crew things I got are these guys. So I'm going to put 2 of these on here for 4 Kerbals, and then that's 1 Kerbal there. So really this thing will carry 9 Kerbals. And then what I'm thinking about really is just building like a rocket, really. But put wings on it for coming back down. Like maybe put on... It'll be controllable with... So the Reliance, I think, might be a good choice here. More fuel, I think. Come on, get on there. Why? There, like that. So we're up, getting there. Probably need a little bit more fuel than this. And then just put some wings on this thing. That's my thought. I don't know if it's a good thought, but it's a thought. I got a really healthy TWR on this. I got some nice little nose conies. Right? Yeah, I do. I like these nice angly ones. Like that. Let me put some wings on it. Fly it down. So let's see what we got for wing parts. Especially with the ones I just unlocked. So I'm looking at this one. I don't want to use these. No. I think I'm going to use these. RIP some brave Kerbals. Now, I did build a meant to be cheap reusable rocket for tourist contracts a little bit ago. And that had Jebediah meeting his end. So hopefully I can build something that's not as awful as what Jeb had to endure. And what do I got for control surfaces? I got these guys. Really? That's only... And those are my only control surfaces other than I do have some of these guys, but I hate having so little science. So I guess I'll put these on the back. Okay. Yeah. Jeb died in his own little contraption. So maybe I have these or these to use as... I'm going to put canards on this. Move this over. Relative wing area 0.5, relative wing area 0.61. So these are a little heavier, but will give me more. I don't think I need that much control. I'm going to try these. This is a very rough idea at the current time. I think I might need a bit more fuel too. Oh, where's some of this and some of this? Oh, wow. That's better than I would have guessed. Now, actually, I should be thinking about what it's going to be like. Here, if I open up RCS Build Aid, it gives me where the dry mass is going to be, that red ball. And really, that's more important because when this thing is coming in aerodynamically, it's going to be... it's going to be mostly empty. I'm just trying to... Not that much forward. Being a little nose heavy is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm a little worried about its stability going up. Already not really in love with it yet. Okay, let's oops. Stop doing this stuff. There we go. Oh, need some reaction wheels right in the middle for sure. Turn that off. There we go. Reaction wheels. And some batteries and some electrical generation and all that jazz too. And probably maybe this for a rudder. Is that anything? Oh, that's straight. That's straight. All right. Oh, it's gonna need. What do I got for docking ports now? Love to have that inline retractable docking port, but I do not. Probably my best bet is just stick on a Clampetron Junior. Dock with that. Delta V's a little on the low side, so I think I'm going to need more fuel cans. More fuel cans. Oh my gosh, thank you, Gray. Thank you for these streams. I watch a small portion each night to relax. I'd love to see how you would handle only having reaction wheels from probe bodies and otherwise disabling them on all future builds. It may become insidious instead of hard. You just don't like these really large reaction wheels? Is that what it is? I don't know if I'll do. Yeah, I don't know. It depends on how big it is. Yeah, I don't know. But thank you so much for the donation. That's very nice. What was I gonna do? I need more fuel. That's what I need. So maybe another one of these. I'd love to see this just more into there, like the 3800 range. Slide them up like that. Just covering a lot of those wings now. Well, that's okay. I can pull them back out. One of the best kept secrets in KSP is if you run out of sliding room, to just hold the shift key and you can slide as much as you want. Thrust-wise, we're definitely good. So that's really kind of the idea. Or a proof of concept idea. Gonna need to put some RCS on there. Gonna need to put some reaction or some landing gear obviously on it. But I think I'm kind of honestly sort of closing in. I know my Spaceplane hangar is still level 1, but I'm gonna launch this from the VAB. It's gonna take off vertically. Oh, I think all that looks pretty good. Ooh. Okay, let's get some landing gear on here. My first time using these deployable landing gear. Like that. Yeah, it's probably pretty good. And then 2 of them, I guess, on these. Where's the center of mass? Oh, actually, they don't have to be a little bit. They can be well back of the center of mass because it's not going to take off from the runway. It's going to take off vertical like. So in fact, what you can also do is have the nose pitched well down when it sits on the runway, and that will help you stick that landing Again, if you're not taking off from the runway, being pitched way down isn't a big deal. It's what the space shuttle did. It was pitched way down once it was sitting on the runway. Okay, we'll turn off the steering on those. And what else can you do with them? Friction control. Turn up the friction control. So there's a little more drag on them. And turn down the brakes on these guys. Sure. And there we go. Start those retracted. I am gonna try and land this thing before the stream is. Yeah, let's see. You know what? What I'm gonna do? We're gonna do two things as it stands right now, because I'm looking at where we are in the stream, and I don't want to spend too much time fiddling with this just now. I want to try a practice landing before this is done, but I emphasize again a practice landing. So we're going to tune our lift or control surfaces here. These guys are going to be for roll. I'm gonna start them all at 10%. Always find them a little bit too. This is for pitch, 10%. Stick some batteries on here. Actually, these guys will be good. I got the 400s now. Look at that. There. And I'm gonna try. We're gonna do two things. I'm gonna launch it, and then I'm going to. So this is. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna call this thing. Right now, it's just Spaceplane prototype. Come up with a name in a little bit. We're gonna save it. We're gonna switch over to the VAB. We're gonna stick it up like so. And we're going to practice. We're going to do a launch in simulation mode because, again, I don't have the ability to revert. And if this thing crashes on its first voyage, everybody dies. I don't want to do that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for launch clamps is what I'm looking for. Like so is good. And like so is good. And we won't bother with colorizing it or anything like that. Let's save that for the beginning. Well, this is all assuming that this thing actually flies okay. I'm not 100% convinced it will, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm not going to... I was just thinking, yeah, I will eventually put on the RCS, but right now I just want to see if it flies. I'm looking at the time of the stream, and if I get fiddling with RCS and stuff, I think I'll be getting my... I'm also thinking of maybe tilting these wings a little bit, making a little... You know, but right now, I think I'm just going to get something happening before the time on the stream runs out. So we're going to save this. I'm going to actually, this on Atmo, we're going to just tweak down the throttle limiter just a little bit. That one went down with it. Yep, this one too, 94. Maybe 90. Just for our launch TWR. Oh, that's maybe a little too low. 90, 91. 91. That's 1.35. Pretty happy with that. That should be the same. Yep. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, who's in here? Who's in here? Valentina, of course you're in here. Bill, you're going with her. There we go. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. So this is going to be a test launch, and if that's successful, we're going to do a test descent. Okay. So save and... Oh, no, launch it. No launching. We're going to do a simulation from the launch pad. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Oh, why do I... Because I like math. That's why my flag is a golden spiral. It actually is more specifically a Fibonacci spiral, but I can understand the difference because the Fibonacci spiral actually approaches the golden spiral as, you know, as the number of iterations goes to infinity. Okay, and speaking of going to infinity, I think I'm ready to do this. So Let's go. And go. And go. Okay, so we're going up. We're going up. Of course, I did tweak the engines down just a little bit. I'm going to fly this just like I would a rocket ship. So pitch it over a little. Lock that to prograde. That already started to want to kind of fall forward. If anything, it's a little bit too... Ah! Oh, she's a twitchy. She's twitchy. She's twitchy. Let's calm this down a little bit. Calm that down a lot. There we go. So we're just going to fly up just like a rocket, because it's launching like a rocket. Now, there is obviously a fair amount of drag associated with this because of the wings and junk, but not to mention extra mass. And then we'll try and make this bird a little prettier too. But right now, this is just a proof of concept, as it were. We could have pitched over harder than that. I'll start reducing throttle a bit. That'll help it fall over. Yeah, I kind of do want to angle the wings. I think that's not a bad idea. Right now, everything is totally flat. But put a little bit of an angle on these wings. But the main reason I'm sort of rushing this right now is just because this is... we are closing in on the end of this stream, so I just want to make sure that this part's going to work. And then I want to do a practice landing. And then I'll probably end the stream on that. So as you can see here, it says simulation active. So that allows me to revert if I so desire. It's costing me some funds. That's ticking up here. So it's not completely without cost. But I'm just reducing throttle and trying to keep that apoapsis sort of nearby. Kind of went up a little steeply. Now, I have no idea is the answer to this question, but do I have trajectories installed? I do not. Yes, I do. Okay, I do have trajectories, so that'll help me with the landing. Making a probe core is cheaper than a simulation cost, but not losing the craft is not cheaper than simulation cost. Remember, if I didn't simulate this, I don't have the ability to revert. So if I crash, the whole cost of that vessel is now gone. Right? That's the key thing to remember. Okay, so we're in space. So yeah, a probe body will save the Kerbals, but I gotta throttle. I let that get a little too there's a little bit of imbalance in the thrust too. Okay, let's calm that down. That's a lot of thrust. It wants to pitch up when I thrust. Alright, probably a little bit more fuel's not a bad idea. Just looking at this, I didn't do the best, but I do think we are going to make an orbit. I just didn't do the best of ascents, but I wouldn't mind a little bit more wiggle room. I only got 41 meters per second left. Obviously, in descending, and the idea is to get this to a space station. But I think a little bit more fuel is in order. Well, okay, we didn't quite make it. Okay. So that was test number 1. Didn't quite, but a little bit more fuel, an extra bit of fuel cans on the side here. I think that'll be fine. I'm going to terminate this simulation, and we're going to try and practice landing. I am the Matt Lone of KSP tutorials. Well, thank you. I think that's yeah, I'll take that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another simulation, And we're going to simulate this from orbit. I'm going to simulate it from an 80,000 kilometer orbit because that's very typical of Kerbal. Okay, and we're going to start the simulation. Oh, I should have... Shoot. Let's terminate this right away. I should have taken out a bunch of fuel to really... What time is it? No, we're going to try and land it anyway. We'll land it with the fuel. We'll see how this does. This thing would really land almost empty, of course. Okay, where is the KSC? Right here. Oh, we're coming right over it. So we're going to time warp around. Got a lot of electricity. And I'm going to try and put this down on the runway. And we'll see how I do. Mostly because I think it'll be an entertaining way to land this, end this stream. So we're going to go onto the retrograde vector. We're going to engage our engines. We're going to turn on trajectories. We're going to right-click to bring up this window. We are going to come down in a prograde direction. We're going to enter in at about 45 degrees, be about 30 degrees in the upper atmosphere, and then do 10 degrees during our approach. That's just a guess. You don't have to lock into that. We're going to target the Kerbal Space Center. And that's all we need to really look at. Okay. So there's, you can see the green crosshairs on our target there. And then there's a red crosshair coming up. Put that right on our target. So Trajectories is calculating all this. Based on this descent profile that I just entered. But I do have the ability to not follow that if I didn't want to. Okay, that's going to go on surface. This is going to go on free. And we're going to hopefully land this bird. What? Oh, had my fingers in the wrong spot. I was trying just to roll it so that the blue is up. Okay, let's see what happens. So the little green square is what I put in for my descent trajectory. So if I put it right on that blue square, not lock it to prograde, then I'm following what I entered in. But you can, the red is showing me kind of where I'm off. So if I kind of tilt a little this way and a little bit down, I should be trying to pull that square towards the green. And here it's telling me that I'm going to come to the south of the target and I'm going to be coming east of the target, which is a little long, right? Yes, so actually I got to pitch up. Kind of stall it a little bit further. There we go. I think that's the right idea. Now right now the atmosphere is still very thin, so we're not getting much effect, but you can see I'm starting to change these numbers now right here. See that? Okay, I'm the wrong way around. I think the target is east of me. I'm coming short. There we go. Bring that number down, bring that number down. Oh, so confusing. Yes, it was predicting I was coming short. And the whole idea of this is to come down totally on the glide. Not using the motors at all. Because if I were doing this, I would probably be doing this with the thing almost empty. Put that on surface. Nope, too far that way, so I gotta come this way. Let's take the time warp off a bit. Ah! It's not the easiest to control. What does she want to do? She wants to flip backwards. That's not good. That's not good. Get down. Right now we are coming short. Need to go this way. That's it. That's it. The re-entry effects you're seeing are coming from... What's that mod? Oh my god, Firefly. That's the mod. And when you have the red circle right on your green cross, that means you're right on target. You can just sort of follow on there right now. Or you can keep watching your numbers, because that works too. Again, come a little short. Let's get a little long. Hopefully things won't blow up. But again, we are just in a simulation. If things go bad, it's okay. Oh, it is beastly to control, but that's probably because it's full of fuel. Wants to pitch over backwards. I'm pitching down as hard as I can just to kind of keep it. There's definitely some tweakings are in order. Back this way. We really want to lose some speed before we get much lower. Put on Waypoint Manager. I should be able to. Uh-oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I got a waypoint down there on there, but I just lost it. So balance is an issue, but then again, I shouldn't be surprised by that. Because I'm launching it in a state that really wouldn't have been meant for. We'll keep working on this. Right now, I'm just hoping, getting it. Here, just lock this to prograde. That'll maybe help a little. Yeah. Center mass needs to be more forward. Which would have happened if I lost a bunch of the fuel. Ah! Alright, alright. Still, I can put it down on the runway. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. But the first thing I need to do is get the right end pointed forwards. Here, I'm going to fire up my engines. And the reason for that is just to see if I can lose some of this fuel. Because I think that's part of the issue. Okay, we are locked at the prograde. Take these tanks. Come here, you. That one. I'm just going to put this on lock for a moment. I want to take those forward tanks and try and move that center of mass forward. That's why I burnt off some fuel. Might not have been a smart thing to do, but it's what I did. There, and this one. Stop, stop, in. Okay, let's see if that helps. We have been falling this whole time, of course. Oh boy, oh boy. Prograde. Do. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, we are just falling. I've lost track of where the KSC is. We are way undershooting, aren't we? No, we way overshot. Where are we? Oh, we're way undershooting. Okay. Oh, whoa. I got a plane. I got. Wait. I got the prograde vector. Pull up. Pull. Oh, no. Okay. New plan. New plan, because it wants to go this way. We're going to try and see if we can just put it down softly. My speed, I've lost a lot of speed and I got a lot of fuel. Oh dear, I don't know if I got enough. Oh, hey, we're still here. Okay, so that's why we test. So that didn't go quite so well. But again, remember, we are in simulation mode. We'll work on this at the beginning of next week. Oh, I could have ejected. Yeah, that's true. But I wanted to see if I could put it down. But anyway, okay, that's fine. We're here. All right, but anyway, that is going to conclude it for this stream. Hopefully join me next week. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention as well is I won't be streaming Thursday. Instead, I will be streaming on Wednesday. That is tomorrow. I am off doing some things on Thursday. So Wednesday will be the Icarus stream. No stream on Thursday. Back to KSC on Tuesdays. But in the meantime, thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you everybody watching this at a later date. And of course, an extra special thank you to my Patreon patrons and YouTube members. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll